I was hoping that maybe you could give us a little bit more advice on strategies for allowing energy in beyond just
Yes.
asking questions.
Well, the way this was taught to me by my teacher is the first step was stop pushing your energy out. and it was pretty strict. It's like, stop. And I was a dude too. It was strict. Like, stop pushing your energy out, because so that's the first step, is just notice your tendency is, now, we all have different abilities and we don't all do this, but our culture, we're conditioned to just go and to go in and start chiming in and like diving right in. And then also what happens is, you probably noticed there's something that's similar, is when we don't allow energy in, we tend to be more reactionary. Okay, I think I say that in my book and somewhere in that chapter, because and we want to and it's just words, right? But instead of, we want to learn to respond but not react. Okay, and again, I'm just making respond the good version and react the bad. It's somewhat arbitrary. They're kind of synonyms in a way, but so when you get in, and it's just really learning. It's a practice. It's the discipline part is to just, when you go in and notice yourself, like blah blah blah, and what happens too is our mind, it wants to like have opinions about stuff, and see, pushing energy out, with that comes judgment, control, and opinions, all that. And so that's why when we do ceremony, those of you that have sat in the sharing circle or done ceremony with me, I always say, like, I am nothing, I know nothing. It's just like, or the Zen folks call it emptying your cup. Okay. It's like, you guys heard the story where, the guy, the teacher is like pouring, I say it in the book somewhere, and it's going over the side. It's like, well, you have to empty your cup before. So it's like, so to answer your question, Tasia, is it's stopping pushing your energy out and just noticing. And it would really be helpful to notice there's a different sensation of pushing. It has a sensory feeling that's different than allowing in. Okay. And you really want to be aware of the difference, because you want to know which you're in. Okay. You want to know. And then it's like, and if you're sitting there and it just is like, I can almost feel sometimes it's just like, I sure wish this person would stop talking, because I've got an awesome point I want to make. Okay. That's probably, I'm pushing my energy out. It's just like, okay, I am nothing, I know nothing. Let's listen, trusting that my brilliant comment will be there when she's done talking. Okay. And so that's a way that I've just done an intervention on myself. I stopped pushing my energy out, which was the first step. I didn't write that in the book. I wanted to be a little general, like stop pushing your energy out. And then it's natural to allow energy in. And then all this, once you stop pushing energy out and you just breathe in, actually those steps are fairly natural. And then you just have to like, and I don't want to move ahead, but it's like, so I want to touch base with you again, Tasia. Where does that leave you? Do you have other follow-up questions or?
No, I think that was really helpful for me. I think that particularly the being aware of my energy is probably what needs to happen. Maybe there's a step 0 where I need to actually do that self check-in.
Yeah, and it's become like, whether we're in a male or female body, we all are doing this, because what happens is, because because men, generally speaking, now James has worked really hard on this, so he's an exception, but he used to do this, okay, because men aren't working with their call for action. A lot of men in our culture, have you noticed, tend to be a bit passive, okay? Okay, and so we have the passive dude. They might be really spiritual, and we're just like, it's all good, you know, but it's like, but there's not a lot of dynamic energy. The masculine energy is really dynamic. It's dynamic, it's yang, and it's strong, and it's intentional. It makes decisions, you know, so then women in our culture, especially if they're like raising kids and stuff, in some way, the passive male dude is bless his heart, is somewhat worthless when it comes to like getting shit done. So so women in our culture, being intelligent and competent, and the ones that maybe take a little more responsibility of things like raising the kids, so they've learned to get her done, and then so they do this too. So everybody is kind of got this, we better make shit happen or else nothing's gonna happen, which is the belief system of pushing energy out. Okay, so all of us, male or female, we can all learn, you know. Ironically, it's often, you know, the women, well, maybe not ironically, the women need to really focus on the allowing in a lot. Okay, let's see, because in some ways the women, we're almost like switched. It's like in some ways the women are better at the masculine than guys are. And so women almost need to really work on it too, really need to work on, you know, the allowing in. Okay. And that's where their true receptivity is. Okay. And if you really think about it, I mean, this is obvious. I mean, look at our bodies. I mean, look at the sexual act is like allowing in. Okay. And so really work on that. And then you still get to be the rock star, but you're going to wait for it and then be strong. And then the masculine dynamic, whether you're in a male or female body. Whereas the passive guy is kind of like, he might even be a little better. It's not a pure feminine, but then he doesn't have the cojones to like pull the trigger and, you know, act on his call for action. So it's really interesting gender wise that way. And I just wanted to put that in there. So that's something to really work with. We're just kind of doing it backwards. You know, we're just like, we're going to do the feminine first, and then we're going to do the masculine.